saying earlier that when the weather changes from summer to fall, all I want is warm, comforting food, right? It's like a big hug. And our next guest is going to make my culinary dreams come true.
Hopefully.
Today we are in the kitchen. No, you're going to do it. Making pumpkin Spaetzle with seared mushrooms and cranberry sauce. Please welcome to our home, Chef Chris Coombs. Welcome, Chef.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
You're making everyone's culinary dreams come true.
It's gorgeous.
It really is. And Orly, dig into your Spaetzle.
Thank you.
I have dressed to match the Spaetzle.
So festive.
Thank you.
Fall in New England.
Yeah, that's right. And pumpkin. For people at home who may not know what Spaetzle is, it's a really unique pasta. Can you tell us?
Sure. So Spaetzle is actually a version of like a German dumpling. Some people view it as a noodle or a pasta. I sort of think it's a dumpling. There's lots of different regional Spaetzles. But what we're doing today is we're putting a really unique New England spin on it. So we're actually going to use pumpkin as the base, which I think is really fun and versatile and delicious to eat at home as well.
That's true. But you could add anything, like you said.
Totally, totally. You can do different flavors, different textures, everything. So why don't we just go in with our eggs?
And we're just using a blender.
Yeah,
to do
just
this.
any blender will do. A quick blend is good. We have a little bit of pumpkin puree here. You can do squash, you could do carrots, you can really do any root vegetable. It's a really versatile recipe.
You don't even have to do any vegetable. You can just do regular Spaetzle,
You can
right?
just do regular Spaetzle with flour.
Okay.
Okay, and then a little bit of honey here.
Oh, how nice.
You know, you can actually skip the honey too if you want it a little more savory. It's not a
Okay.
problem. You can do warm spices instead. Put that there. And then a little bit of cinnamon.
Nice.
A little bit of salt. Okay, we'll put our lid on. Now,
You need the milk?
yeah, we can throw some milk in there, I
put a
guess.
little bit
Probably
of milk in
important,
there.
you know, might make a
There you
difference. If not,
go.
we'd add it later, you know.
All right.
This is so good.
Yeah.
You like it?
Isn't it amazing?
Wow.
You like
flavors.
it. So very important thing with blenders, make sure the lid's on tight here. Start it on
very
low, you
important.
don't want to start it on high. It goes
Okay.
on 10, we'll start around 4. Get it all spun up. Very good. You don't need to overmix it because our big mixing's happening there. That's
Okay.
about good. Okay, we'll
All right.
stop there. We already have it blended over here.
Okay.
We're gonna go right into our bowl. Now,
Okay, so we don't make a well like you would a traditional
no,
pasta.
doesn't matter. Doesn't
Okay,
matter. So
beautiful.
for this preparation specifically, okay,
What was in there? Was it just flour?
that was just flour, okay? So we're going in with all that, and then we're gonna go with a little bit of pepper, some nice fresh herbs. We have parsley, we have chives. Now, I have a 3-year-old at home, okay?
Aw.
And a lot of my friends, what I see is that they like to make gnocchi with their kids. They make dumplings at home, and they cut up the gnocchi. But I think making Spaetzle with your kids is really fun. You get in there with your hands, get it mixed up nicely, okay? And then what we do is we want to develop the gluten, okay? And if I were a young kid, I think this is something that I would enjoy doing very, very much. I enjoy doing it when I'm 35 years old.
A
so-
stress relief.
Right, exactly.
Right.
So
So
what we're doing,
You do want to overmix this. This is one of those
you
don't
do
overmix.
want to overmix it. So, I mean, this is a very small amount, so I could probably get this like fully gluten in about 3 or 4 minutes. But
Okay.
I think if you have a larger batch, you really want to spend 10 minutes really developing that
It
gluten.
is so fun doing that. And when
It
the gluten
is,
starts
it
to
is.
develop, then it's really satisfying.
It really is.
It's like making slime. But it's legitimately like making slime.
It
Kids
is.
love to make slime because slime, when it starts, is really watery, and then it becomes like stretchy and
How
fun.
do
got
you
it.
know when it's
Yeah.
done?
So
Wow,
you'll get
you'll know.
really long strings. We actually have a second bowl just so I don't have
Yeah.
to spend 4 minutes doing this.
I think that the Spaetzle.
But what yeah. So what we'll do,
You go over
all right,
there,
I'll
wash
clean myself off.
Wash your hands, and I'll show you in just a moment. See, look at that. Do you see how that is?
It thickens up.
It thickens up, and when he grabs it,
Oh, yes.
stick, it becomes like, it's like Play-Doh and also like bread dough, right?
Okay, totally. So this is actually a really important part. Once you have those long strings, now you should wash your hands. There you go. This is really fun. What we can do at home, right? We can use this with, say, like roast chicken, even pork sausage or Italian sausage. I do it at home with duck, but duck's kind of my thing in Boston. But you can buy one of these little Spaetzle mandolins. They're kind of fun. You just want to place it over your pot like that. You can also do this with a colander or anything that has perforation to it, and then use either a spatula or a bowl scraper to sort of push it through. So we're just going to take our Spaetzle dough, right? We're going to go right in. Oh, sure.
Is Spaetzle dough the same as just regular pasta dough, or is
It really isn't, because when you're making pasta, you really don't want to develop the gluten. It really
And it's not quite
texturally,
as sticky as
yeah,
this.
it really texturally isn't that like enjoyable when you overwork pasta. Which is why I think this is more of a dumpling, right?
Yeah.
So with this little machine, which makes everything so easy, what's happening is the steam's actually coming up into the mandolin, which is going to loosen it, and we're just going to run it back and forth.
That is.
this is the coolest
Yeah.
thing ever?
It's raining Spaetzle.
It is, and I'm actually going to lift it off the pot so you guys can kind of see
This is
what's
like
happening.
a science
See
experiment.
how it just drops into the water? And this is actually, it might look a little dangerous to be over steam, but you just want just a light simmer. And that's the whole mandolin there. So those actually cook pretty quick.
And you could
That's
use
going to be
a
about
regular
45
cheese grater,
seconds.
like we said.
You could, absolutely. As long as you have one of those graters that comes apart and you can get access to it, it'll be good shape. So in our pan now, we're going to get a little bit of brown butter, okay? So after you pull these out of the water, you just want to oil them so that they don't stick together.
Okay.
Okay? We're going to take a little bit of the Spaetzle, go into the pan here,
Oh, look at that.
nicely.
And that's just going to be a real quick sort of.
Yeah, very
it
quick.
It's a little crunchy,
Right.
which is nice.
And one other tip, once you come out of the water, you actually want to go onto paper because you want to dry these off so that the water and oil doesn't make a big mess, okay? So we're just going to give these a quick toss.
And while that's coming together, tell us about your beautiful hen of the woods mushroom.
So, I love mushrooms, first off. I'm actually a mushroom forager myself. So I forage about 1,000 pounds of hen of the wood mushrooms
Look
a
at,
year.
there he is. Isn't that
in 3
wild?
weeks.
A 1,000 pounds? That's
Yeah,
a lot
those
of
are actually
mushrooms.
honey mushrooms in that picture, but I actually go out into the woods. I find it really peaceful. I've been foraging for about 18 years now. I was trained by a couple master foragers. I've read a ton of books on it. But what we're going to do is we're just going to cook the mushrooms up with garlic, shallots,
Who
thyme,
is this
a little
man in oranges? Does
well,
dark
there's
as a
there's so
3-year-old?
there's so much beautiful food out there in the woods that, like, most mushrooms, they just grow and then they die. They die really quickly. So I get out there. It's like nature produces such an amazing bounty in New England. And there's nothing like going out in the woods,
great.
finding something totally randomly, and then bringing it back and then eating it. But if you're going to do that at home, I really,
careful.
really,
Yeah.
really suggest
Yeah.
foraging with an expert because there are some really dangerous mushrooms out
Yeah,
there.
I was going to
Right.
say,
Right.
not everybody can just
To
go
finish
into
our dish, we've got the mushrooms in with the Spaetzle. We've got a little bit of Brussels sprout leaves, okay? Because this is like, it's New England, it's fall. We got to pull this dish together. So we're going to let that sit there for now.
Speaking of New England and
Yes.
fall, you're going to serve this with your beautiful cranberry sauce.
Yeah, so this is kind of a fun riff, you know. I mean, cranberries, Cape Cod, Boston, like you gotta love it. It's a great time of year. So I'm just gonna kind of smear this along the edges of our bowl here. You know, you don't have to go crazy, but visually it'll just look nice. We do that smear. This has like ginger and allspice and a little bit of star anise. Really, really fun, delicious stuff.
Orange
Yeah, you
juice
gotta
and
try
lime
this.
juice
And like,
and lemon juice.
yeah, there's so much citrus and brightness in there, and I think that's one of the reasons that we can really carry this dish with a pork sausage, with chicken, with almost anything.
Yes, I can.
So once it's all browned up, we want to go in with a little bit of sage.
Nice. Oh, I
It just
love
gets better and
sage.
better. All
trying.
right, Debbie, I can't wait to see your face when you try
Oh,
this because
I
it
can't
is
wait to eat it.
fabulous.
Awesome.
Go on in
Chef.
there. Yes.
Very welcome.
Oh my gosh, this
I feel
is so
like I just went to
delicious.
school.
Yeah, you did.
I know. It
Incredible
was,
information.
Well, thank
Chris
you.
just schooled us.
You really did.
Well, you know, we have 4 restaurants up in Boston, and we do a variety of different things. And my fine dining French restaurant, Du Havre, which is a Forbes 4-star restaurant, is, you know, one of the restaurants where I would serve this dish, probably with a nice spiced Long Island duck breast sliced in.
Right?
Debbie,
Right?
Debbie can't breathe.
you had
It's fun. It's something different,
The
right?
woods has never tasted so good. This is divine.
I agree. This is
You are a fun guy.
Thank you so much, Chris. And of course, you should definitely follow Chris at Chef Chris Coombs on Instagram and catch this recipe online at hallmarkchannel.com.
Thank you.